Welcome to the Second Win Boxing Media. I'm your host, Rashid Hammond, and alongside,
It's your boy Caesar Fantastic.
man, today we got two special guests in the building, y'all, man. We got, ladies and gentlemen, Larry Quick and my brother Mo Adams is in the building, y'all. Two DC boxing legends, man. Been doing this for many years. Mo went pro. Had plenty amateur fights as well as Larry, who was an amateur, well-known amateur. They both were also rivals back in the amateur days. Man, it's an honor and a pleasure to have two experts, two veterans of the sport. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome brothers Mo Adams and Larry Quick. How's it going, brothers?
Man, all is well, man. All is well.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed, man. Today's topic, man, will be about two up and coming, very super, man. One super fight coming up in the ranks, man, with Crawford versus Spence, man. We have a somewhat of a 50-50 shift in who picking who, man. And we're going to get each of these brothers' perspectives on why they feel as though one of those gladiators won't have the keys to victory, and we definitely going to hear their expertise on this, man. I'm gonna start off with Larry Quick, man. Who you picking for the fight, man, and why are you picking this person for the fight to win between Spence versus Crawford?
Well, at first I was all Spence, and you just didn't get a chance to see Crawford show a plethora of different skills that he had in the welterweight division, and he's really impressed me. And Spence fights extremely well, but extremely well, so well that I actually this thing being a trilogy, actually. So it just seems like that Spence fights extremely well one way, and Crawford is able to adjust, and that's how I see it. So I'm going with Crawford, but it's close, very close.
Okay, Mo, why do you pick the person you pick to win the fight, and who are you picking?
I'm picking Spence. And the reason why I picked Spence is for better people than Crawford. Crawford fought people in the 140 pounds.
Okay.
Who has he? And when he fought, I forget the white guy name that he fought. He gave Spence a lot of problems. Crawford a lot of problems, right? Now you look at this fight, man. It's a throwback between Hagler and Hearns. You know what I mean? And Spence fight like Hagler. He's a better boxer than Hagler, but he fight like Hagler. 6-inch punches in there. So if Crawford gonna fight, he gonna try to fight inside. He try to fight inside, that's gonna be done. He gonna break him down. He gonna hurt him, man. And he's too strong. You got Spence coming there, walk around weight 175, 180. You got Crawford walking around 155, 160.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And you look at the man's physically strong, man. He's stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He don't let that man bully him around. Crawford too small for him. He gonna break him down. If he stay inside and try to fight Spence, he's broken. He's broken.
Yeah.
Everybody see the damage that Spence do to people inside. He do, man.
Now, you know what? I admit that, yes, that will happen if he fights him that way. But if you look at the Sean Porter fight, Spence took ass with him.
Yeah.
He was knotted up, man. Don't get me wrong. But he fought Porter's way, which I didn't think it was a smart decision, or one that could adjust intellectually. I think Crawford fought Sean Porter his way. He adjusted.
Yeah.
And that's why that fight came out differently. Now, I just think that Crawford's a smarter fighter, and he fights smarter, not harder. Spence, that Kell Brook fight showed me a lot with Spence. Spence did well. Kell Brook was coming over that jab of his, and Spence has an amazing jab. But let me tell you something. When he's fighting a thinker, they can start to like kind of outthink Spence. But is Spence strong? Hell yeah. Is he durable? Hell yeah. But it's more than strength and size. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. But
Yeah.
I think at when that fight happened, Spence going out. Spence going to outthink him. I think he'll outthink him. And you got to look at styles. Styles make fights. You
Yeah.
know, you can't put the way Spence fought Porter and the way Sean fought Porter. Styles make fights. They come at them different. They give them, especially Crawford. They give them different angles. You know what I mean? So, and by that fight being stopped, I don't think the fight could have been stopped. To be honest with you, that was just a father. That's why when my son was fighting, I didn't train my son because that's when that father most steps in.
But Mo, all we do have is Kell Brook and Sean Porter to
Right.
really make smart decisions when we
Right.
look at it. Now, don't think Crawford fought a burnt out Kell Brook. Kell Brook came right. He was in shape. I mean, he was like in the best shape of his life. And then when Spence fought Kell Brook was a little broken after Gennady Golovkin.
But guess what
So
though,
you
Larry?
know, but like I said, it's a really 50-50 fight, but I was more Spence. But
Yeah.
like at the last minute, I started to sway over to Crawford. We
But-
both
but-
could be wrong, but
Yeah.
you know what, Mo? You know what? You were more like Spence, and I was more like Crawford. You had more power than me, and still has more power than me. More size, I had height.
Yeah.
A lot of folks didn't even know I was already left-handed.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
like you just, that's why I see it as a 3 matches.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like whoever wants it the most that night, they're both equally matched. I think Crawford gonna get one, Spence gonna get one, but I don't know who's the third one. That's just how I honestly see it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but look, I really think Spence going to edge it out. The reason why I think that because he got more to lose than Crawford. You know what I mean? He got more to lose.
Well, they both got a lot to lose. I mean, Crawford's been he's been disputed already before. So it's like I'm honestly thinking like once he goes through Spence, he gonna tap off Charlo too. Because like you said, I'm gonna tell you, man, what I like about Crawford is very competitive, man.
Yeah, yes.
He ain't got time to be afraid.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna beat him in ping pong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he don't fear nothing. He's too competitive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think Spence will always forever proving himself because people will still be comparing that car accident. Man, it made him a better fighter.
I agree. I agree.
But he's always gonna be trying to prove himself, and he don't really have to. But Crawford, man, is just like the best kept secret, man. He's a sleeper.
Yeah.
He's a sleeper. That's all I'm saying.
You know, the beauty of the fight is both of them have the skill set and they both are jesters. But the reason why, now I'm gonna give you my predictions and who I'm picking. I'm going with Crawford. I was with Spence at first, and that was based upon inside game of Spence was awesome. I never seen an inside game like that in a long time. But when I watched Crawford fight his last fight when he just fought Porter, just for Porter, right? Okay. And the way he adjusted is the reason why I have Crawford at the edge because the way he readjusted to that man's style and just got better as the fight went on. You know, that's just boxing IQ, in my opinion, on another level. Like, how do you readjust like that and just take the fight up an extra notch and take away his own game from him?
But you know something.
But Crawford do the same. I mean, Spence does the same thing too. Yeah. He take your game away in the inside. Yeah, he do, Mo.
Yeah.
But Crawford. Porter was tailor made for Crawford.
You think so?
You know what I mean?
I really. Did you said what I needed to hear. I think Spence is tailor-made for Crawford.
Yeah.
I think so too.
I think so. I say that because of the boxing abilities and the movements that Crawford makes. I think Spence has a lot of weapons for other fighters, but for Crawford, he only have a few weapons. Compared to Crawford having multiple weapons of boxing, inside work, defense. That's what most fighters don't have. Fighting Spence is defense, agility.
But Rashad, look at you. Got to look at Spence and look at what's his name, Porter. Style's totally different.
Yeah.
Now, you know what, Mo? We're gonna put that.
Huh?
We're gonna put that aside. I'm looking at it as like Spence does the basic shit really well. He's like those European fighters
That's
that
what
are like coming on the scene now. He's very good at the basics, but Crawford, man, got some new stuff with him, man.
Yeah.
He ain't like your average guy. With Crawford, you can't teach that. He was born with his stuff.
Right.
You know, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Spence is a hard worker. He follows through. He's a southpaw. All those things work in his favor. But he already don't have. He got his tools. Yes, they're obvious. But Crawford, you just don't know how he gonna approach.
Yeah. That's what I
You know what I'm
was saying.
He's so elusive, man. He's elusive. He's a thinker. He's unpredictable. I know how to train for Spence, but I would not know how to train
exactly.
for
I said the same thing. I said I wouldn't know how to train for Crawford.
For Spence. Though, like Spence takes a little bit out of you every shot he gives you. It takes a little bit out of you.
But guess what, though? Guess what? All you got to train is with a lot of high-powered amateurs that's going to press you. Okay?
Yes.
That's what's going to happen. They're going to beat the shit out of you. But for Crawford, man, you don't know how to train for him.
How could you train for that? That's a good question, though. You don't know which way he's going to come at you, man. His movements, you don't know if he's going to bang with you, because he can bang too. He'll bang inside because
you know bang a little too much.
Deborah ain't raised no suckers. You know, Deborah ain't raised no suckers.
Nah.
But the thing about it is, like, he's smart enough to back off. If he gets arrogant and try to prove a point, then that'll be just like how Joe Smith was when he was fighting Better Be. Rather than using his mind, he tried to prove his arrogance. If Spence and Crawford get down to that, he'll be fighting Spence's game, and that wouldn't be bright. But he's too bright.
That's where I say I'm leaning Spence because of that. Crawford already said that. I know I'm gonna stand there and bang with him.
Exactly.
I'm gonna stand there and fight with him toe for toe.
He said, man. Hey, let me tell you something. If you follow the Mayweather book,
come on now.
It's all mental, man. He's too
brilliant. Chess.
I've been watching his last few fights, though. His last few fights, that's what he's been doing.
That's what
since he's been.
You know, guess what? He's trying to be more popular, man. He ain't been motivated.
But that's the problem with a lot of fighters.
Sometimes you got to crack a little bit.
Exactly.
This right here is the make your break you fight. This is totally different.
I agree with that, man.
Of course, we never gonna agree, but we gonna always battle.
And he's going, and like you said, he's going to tell you. If he tell you going to bang with 9 times 10, you know he's not going to bang with him.
Of course, that'd be so stupid.
That'd be stupid. You know, that'd be foolish.
Stupid,
now, don't get me wrong. There's going to be some times he's going to get in there and land a few shots from the inside, work from the hip, hitting the body and all that, and getting out. No, he's not, man.
And another thing, Rashid, is a lot of folks, man, that fight Spence are already defeated before they get in the ring with him. They're already afraid of him.
That's a fact.
Let me tell you something. Crawford is not afraid of Spence.
I don't think he is at all.
He's not afraid. He's hungry.
I don't think he is, man.
He signed that contract yet.
Everybody else, man, they fought Spence. They fought Spence scared.
They did.
Crawford, man, is totally different. So, man, this is going to be, man, the best thing we've seen coming in a long time.
Hey,
It's
Um,
gonna
The
be
whole world going. The
gonna be
whole
a
world
throwback.
gonna stop when this fight take place.
yes, it is. It's old school here.
It's
Real
gonna be
boxing fans gonna make the whole world stop.
Yes,
it's gonna be a
indeed.
throwback with Hagler and Hearns.
I agree, man.
It's big
It
like
can
that,
possibly be, Mo. I see it could possibly
No, no,
be
no, no,
Yeah,
no. I
the
don't
more
think it's. I don't
technical.
think it's Hagler and Hearns. I think it's Ray and Hagler.
Ray and Hagler. I do
You
too.
know,
Ray Hagler. I see more Ray Hagler.
That's what I mean.
Larry.
Yeah, that's what I
Ray
see more.
Hagler. I see more Ray Hagler,
but Crawford
Larry,
ain't
for
got that
sure.
slickness like that though. Crawford ain't hard to
He,
have that slickness like Ray.
he ain't got it like Ray, but he got his own
No, but I
flow
just
of
see
it,
that
you know.
style. Yeah.
Just the
Okay,
style of
okay.
he's not. I don't think he's going to fight a Spence fight. He's not going to sit there in the inside like we think expecting him to. I expected Crawford getting a jab off, head movement. And don't get me wrong, Spence got a lovely jab. Spence uses
jab
that
nasty.
jab.
Yeah,
He loves that jab.
yeah, but
Got a nice
Kell Brook
jab.
was
So
coming over, but Kell Brook was coming over that jab so easily. How he
yeah,
times Spence.
I see what you're
So
saying.
you
Yeah,
know,
yeah. So that's in the playbook he can use if he study the Kell Brooks fight, and you can see some adjustments from that. But this is what I'm saying. Like it's a list, man. Sean, I hear your why you picking Spence, man. You
No, I
gotta give
said
us
because
yours
he
too.
take a little bit out of you every shot, and then like one thing I'd go back to, and I'd say go back to is the Mikey fight. Mikey shouldn't have been fighting that man.
Nah,
You know
nah.
what I mean? Mikey came up. He came up to 147 from 140 and fought that man. That man too big. And
Yeah.
Mikey been chasing Spence. I mean, been chasing Crawford for years. Mikey was chasing Crawford for years. Crawford didn't want none of Mikey.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
And looking at what Spence did to Mikey, huh?
Exactly. Exactly. And all Crawford's fights been how many fights he had at 127?
I think
Crawford,
like 4 or
like
5.
no, he ain't had that many. It wasn't that many. It
About
Wow,
4 or
one of the
5.
best.
wasn't that
For
many.
Horn.
4 or
no,
5. Yeah.
it wasn't that
He
many.
fought
It
Horn,
wasn't that many, but he wasn't that many, but he looked exceptional on all of them. Man, folks,
Yeah.
I mean, folks been ducking Spence and folks been ducking Crawford too.
Guess what though? In that fight, when he fought Horn wasn't even on his level. To me, Horn wasn't even on his level. Well,
Man,
was
Horn wasn't even on Pacquiao level.
okay. But
He was
Horn
just
was
white. That's all he was white.
true. But Horn was landing shots on Crawford. Good shots that he shouldn't have been landing.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have been landing.
Yeah,
Really.
but Crawford
And-
stopped Horn.
Yeah. But the thing is, you get
He's
hit.
better.
That's like somebody coming to the gym spar you, Larry. If somebody comes to the gym and spar you at your gym, and they land good shots on you, guess what? They beat you. They beat you. They shouldn't come to your
Well,
gym.
you know what? You know what? Don't get me wrong, Mo. He did land shots, just like
Yeah.
Benavidez landed shots as well.
About to say
But
Jose
sometimes
gave
you
him
got to
some
maneuver through those shots to get a spectacular performance, and he did get both spectacular performances against Horn and Benavidez. And Benavidez, man, ain't no chump.
No.
Mikey Garcia gonna figure that out. He ain't no
Yeah.
chump.
Yeah.
You know, and thing about it is, man, Crawford. All I'm saying is, Crawford is an excellent finisher. If he hurts Spence, it's night. Spence wears you down. But how
Yeah, he
many
do.
times have we seen Crawford be worn down?
None.
Crawford gets stronger just like Spence gets strong.
Yeah, they both. That's the
You know what I'm
beauty of
saying?
both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we can't use that as like he's gonna wear him down.
Yeah.
Crawford is in excellent shape. I ain't never seen him worn down.
Never.
You know,
Never.
so this is gonna be I don't think it's gonna be a stoppage. I don't believe that.
No.
I believe it's gonna be a firefight to the end.
I think
blasting.
I think somebody gonna get knocked out though.
Nah,
You think
man,
so?
Nah.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be a decision. If anything,
It's gonna be
a decision, and I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. Like like
I
those fights.
I don't think the fight. I don't think the fight's gonna really take place to the 6th round. It's gonna be so easy. It might not even be exciting in the beginning rounds, but after round 6, that's when both of them get murderous.
Yeah.
Yeah, both of them.
Steps it up after 6.
That's facts.
Steps it up after 6.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be kind of boring in the beginning, but after 6, the fight ain't gonna start after 6.
I
So
think
it could be a
sound about
knockout
right.
or a decision. So
That sound about right because after 6 is normally when Spence starts to wear and tear on his opponents,
Well,
And that's
you know
normally
it's the
6
wear
is
and tear. You know
yeah.
it's the wear and tear.
Yeah, and around 6 is when Crawford starts to figure out the opponent's flaws in fight and
Exactly.
starts to
Yeah.
adjust.
Facts.
So right around that
that-
time
yeah.
sounds about
Boy, them
Yeah.
the championship rounds. You talking the championship rounds now? You got 7, 8, 9.
Championship round.
Them the championship rounds. They don't care what you did from 1 to 2.
That's
Mhm.
facts.
Nah.
From 7, from 7.
You know what? That's why their styles are so magnificent, man. I see this as a trilogy, man.
Yeah, it should
I
be,
think
man.
one
I
gonna
agree.
get one gonna get
I
another
agree.
one.
I
I don't
agree.
know who
It's
gonna get that
definitely
third
true.
one. I don't know who gonna get that third one. I mean, it's not gonna be like no Galati, Golovkin, and
Nah,
Canelo.
this is
Canelo.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
Hope
about
not.
some real like.
So this fight,
Nah,
this
it
fight
ain't
gonna
gonna
take
be.
this fight gonna take a lot out of both of them.
yeah, it is.
Oh
It's gonna
yeah.
take a lot out of both of them. And then if they come back and fight for another one, guess what? Somebody gonna have to step their game up even higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You know,
why I
Yeah.
see this as a
That's
trilogy. I can't tell you who's gonna win first, but I
right.
just see it more as a trilogy than anything.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree. Well, let me give you guys some of the well-known other fighters out there predictions on the fight, man. From and it's split, and we got a lot of 50-50s also in this
I
list.
saw that. I saw that,
You saw
man.
that, yeah.
Yeah.
Leonard Elderby has Spence. Floyd Mayweather has Crawford.
Well,
Tank Davis has Spence. Mike Tyson has Crawford. Jeff Mayweather has Spence. Bernard Hopkins has Crawford. Jamel Charlo has Spence. Antonio Tarver has Crawford. Jamal Charlo, the other one, the smaller one, has Spence. And Robert Garcia has Charlo. Paulie has Spence. Peter Garcia has Crawford. Hakeem Rockman has Spence. Tim Bradley has Crawford. Anthony Yarder has Spence, and Andre Ward has Crawford. It's Ishmael Salas has Spence, and Keith Thurman has Crawford. And Bullet has Spence, and Shakir Stevens has Crawford. The 50-50 is Shane Mosley has it 50-50. Danny Garcia has it 50-50. Ugas has it 50-50. Boots Ennis has it 50-50. Kenny Porter has it 50-50. Jab Judah has it 50-50. And Jesse Vargas has it 50-50. Now, some other top names as well have Crawford. The list is much longer as I'm looking for Crawford. Sugar Ray Leonard has Crawford. Teddy Atlas has Crawford. Jose Benavidez Jr. has Crawford. James Toney has Crawford. Sean Porter has Crawford. Kell Brooks has Crawford. There's many other names on here. Triple G has Crawford. And so that's how it is, man. It's definitely one of those fights. And most of the names I saw that has Crawford, most of them seem like more the technical boxers.
It's interesting you said that, because I would have predicted those names would choose those fighters.
Me too.
Because like they are like it's like two opposite sides.
yeah.
And those bunches that chose the fighters that they chose mimic those fighters.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
it's like when it's on the fence 50-50, they kind of like a mixture of the both.
Yeah, both. Exactly. The names that definitely.
Those were honest answers.
Yeah, they were, man. Yeah, brother, man, we appreciate both you brothers that coming on, man. We gonna have plenty of other topics. I would love for you guys to come on anytime, and we can talk boxing, man, for hours, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I thank you, man, ladies and gentlemen, man.
Hey, hold on.
Okay, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I remember you from just a little small one, man. I appreciate how you keep boxing going. I never thought I'd be here and Mo will be there and you'll be there.
Yes,
You
indeed.
know, I'm like, man, I really appreciate how you keep DC boxing alive.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Yes,
You know,
indeed,
so
man.
that's
Y'all brothers did it, man. Y'all taught us, and inspired me to keep moving, man, and doing what I was doing as a fighter in those days, man, because boxing was so beautiful and so vicious back
Right.
then that
Right.
it wasn't like now you see the game now of the ducking and dodging. If you could, like you two guys, what I'm saying? If y'all was two in the same weight class of the day, you probably would have been normal to run from each other. But back then we had to fight. It was no ducking nobody. The best fought the best and wasn't afraid to fight the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And it's interesting you say that because all we did, DC fighters had fighters so great, all we did was eliminate each other.
that's
See, I
all we
used to be a
did.
welter. I used to be 147, Mo was 156. I couldn't
Right.
make 147, Mo had to go to 156.
Right,
And
right.
that just makes us eliminate the best fighters we had.
That's
We
how I
had
be,
some
man.
good fighters, but
That's
we
facts,
eliminate the best. of the
That's
best.
facts, brother.
And when we went out of town to fight in these tournaments, our hardest fight was at home.
It was at home. That's a
Yeah,
fact,
man. At home ain't
That's
nothing but
real
straight
talk, man.
killers, man. The Hillcrest, the straight killers
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
That's
You know
real,
that.
man.
One way in, one way out.
That's real talk, man. That's real talk,
And
man.
look, I tell the little kids now, our fights are ending at 12 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning, the fights we ended at 12 in the morning,
Man,
man.
our fights was like pro fights.
So,
Yes,
in
indeed.
the
I
war,
was telling people that Golden Gloves, man, was one of the most. I've been in pro fights, and when the brothers went pro, the competition was easier for them. But when you went to the Golden Gloves and Hillcrest, and you talking about fight after fight, and you looking the week before to see the number of who was fighting who, you could get no better card. I don't care what nobody say in history. There's no greater card than the Golden Gloves local tournament in Washington, D.C.
Yep.
in the 90s and the 80s.
Yeah.
No way, nowhere.
It was on smokers, man.
It was some smokers, man, for
That's
sure.
Straight
Yes,
smokers.
indeed. Hey,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I have as an honor, man, have two of the legends came through, man. Mo Adams and the legendary Larry Quick and the legendary Mo Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, the second win, Boxing Media. Peace.